Hello, everybody. Dr. G here. Pretty long day today. Saw quite a few patients for COVID screening and kind of drained, but still beautiful day to work, beautiful day to do great work. And I'm getting more and more, I don't know, comfortable being in front of the camera. So let's do this. End of the day, we got these new COVID-19 antigens by CareStart. It's a little bit different from what's been, on the commercials and TV. There are many of these antigen tests that are out. They're rapid, can be done at home, and they're available-ish. Hard to get. This one we had to, order through our medical supplier. And even we had limited numbers that we could get, so we know it's very tough for folks in the community to get it, but we are making the tests available in a limited supply. We don't want to allow people to come and get 50 tests and do whatever they do on the resale market. I just saw a Binax now box of 40 tests for over, I think it was over, I don't know, $5,000 or something. I don't know, it was stupid. It was $51 a test, whatever that comes out to be. It was 1,100 something for 40 tests. So I don't know, it's just ridiculous. I think that's unconscionable to do that. But anyway, what I want to do right now is show you what my routine is. Usually I usually do a Binax at the end of the day. Maybe twice a week, after seeing a multitude of patients, maybe once a week. I don't do it twice a week, to be honest with you. Do it once a week, and I get a result before going home to my wife and family and the kids. So I just need to make sure that what my status is, and if I need to isolate, or if if I'm carrying, I'd like to stay away from them and not get them infected. But you don't have to do weekly tests if you don't if you're not high risk like I am. I'm high risk because I see a lot of patients. But anyway, so if you do get your hands on one of these, it's just different than the Binax, which is the little card. It's like a card to open up, put the 6 drops in the top hole, and you take your sample and you put it, you get you roll it in there and get 3 rolls, close the card, and just wait for the results after 15 minutes. This one is a little bit more involved, but the good part is you don't have to go as deep. You can get an anterior in the nostril, just like in a nostril in the beginning part of your nose. Don't have to go as far. You don't even have to wedge it. I like to wedge it a little bit just to make sure I get a good sample. But for this test, it's rated to go either nasopharyngeal, which is way back in there where people get the brain biopsies done, or you can do the anterior nares, which is your nostrils, the beginning part of your nostril, and get an accurate result. Specificity is around 95% with a sensitivity at 97. Whatever, those are numbers. You just want the numbers to be above 90, 95. If both of those numbers are on the paperwork that you're looking at above 90, 95, you got a pretty decent test, right? Especially if you have symptoms. So anyway, so this one is a little bit more. It's not packaged for individual use, but you get one of these in each one of the kits, and then you get one of these. You pull out one of the cartridges. Then you have to get an extraction vial, and it's cool because it has the fluid already in it, and all you got to do is get your sample in there, and then I'll show you how to actually work that. And then one of these nozzles that goes on the vial, right? Grab it. Okay, let's put that here on this paper, right? So let's put this all away and get to work, right? Get to work. All right, so I'm gonna do it without gloves because most people at home who are doing the test are gonna do it without gloves too. So this is a real world type scenario. Like, most folks are not going to do gloves at home. So I know you're probably asking, like, why is this doctor doing this test without gloves? Because it is supposed to be what it looks like at home. Normal folks are just not going to throw on gloves. But anyway, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get this opened up, which is a cartridge, right? It's a test cartridge or cassette, better term, right? And this is where you put, let me see if I get it focused, 3 drops here in this one, in this hole. And then the control line would be here. And then if I'm positive, or the sample is test positive, there'll be 2 lines instead of just the 1. Just like on your Binax or anything else that most of these tests run the same way. 2 lines, just like even for a pregnancy test or other other tests we have in the office, like for strep and strep throat and influenza and all that. 2 lines is positive and 1 line is control, is a negative test. If you don't have either line, then you did something wrong, or the test is bad, and you should do it again. Let's do it. Let's get this open. See how this opens. I can never get this the right way. There you go. All right. So this is the sample. I'm gonna get an anterior and area, so I'm not gonna go deep. That's 1. That's 2. Right? So then you pull off the tab here, right? Pull off the tab. And then you get it in there. And you swish it around, swish it around, swish it around, swish it around. All right, here's an important step. Like when you're pulling it out, you squeeze and then try to get as much of that fluid back in there. Like you squeeze it while you pull it out. Right? See? Cool. Now it's out, right? And I'll put this back in there, just so not to get it anywhere. Right? And then you're supposed to take this nozzle. It's going to turn into a dropper for me to put the drops on there. You fit it on here and you push it down. Right? Boom, it's on, right? Push it down. Then you're supposed to flick this. Flick it, flick it, flick it, flick it. To make sure it's mixed really well with the reagent, because that's the fluid, that's the reagent. Just like in the Binax now, the reagent comes in that little individualized vial thing. Pull it off and then put it on there. This one, it's basically in here. You mix it with the sample here instead of on the swab and twisting it inside the card, right? And then you add the 3 drops. You put it vertical like this. And you add 3 drops down. And then you hold it up. So I'm gonna cut this off, wait 10 minutes and see what we got before we go home. See you in a few. So we're back. 10 minutes later, like the instructions say, take a look at your cassette. And this one, I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing I do like about this test, besides the fact that you have pretty much individualized reagents here to use, and it seems to be like enough for a multiple test. If there's something went wrong with this one, or you did something wrong, you probably could get another one and use it. But anyway, without having to swab yourself again, that's the best part. Anyway, but this shows clear what's going on here. Like, it's control. I'm negative. I have no symptoms. I'm negative, although I have been not exposed per se. I'm not, I wear my mask religiously here, especially when there's patients in here. But, being that we're at Thyroid Primary Care at Florida Concierge Medicine and Wellness, we never have a packed house. But anyway, this is pretty awesome, right? So your stat. I know my status going home hug the kid, kiss the baby, see my mom, and I feel good that I'm not putting them in immediate risk or knowingly putting them in immediate risk. I know that I'm not infected per se right now. You know, we all talk about the window period and all this other good stuff, but anyway, this is the CareStart COVID-19 antigen test. I've highlighted some of the good things about it, and the negative, probably, it's a little bit more, labor intensive than the Binax Now. Well, it's a lot more labor intensive than the Binax Now, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. So I think, it's a very good second choice if you can't get the Binax Now, which you can't get the Binax Now right now. Even these are hard to get, but the Binax Now is like, it's like gold right now on the street, and you can't get them. So, and if you do, you've got, astronomical prices like I saw on the internet, which is almost criminal, to be honest with you. It makes my blood boil. But anyway, there we go. Dr. G, that was not a quickie. It wasn't a quickie. It's one of the longer videos, but it had to be done because we are offering these in the office, and I just want to make sure that you know exactly how to use it. They're YouTube videos, but they're not your doctor. How can you trust these people? The manufacturer does make videos, so you can always catch those. All right. Talk to you later. Be good.